Okay, so like I was saying, I just finished listening to this. I think I'm going to go to the Soul Part 4. I'm going to listen to these singles in order of release. And yeah, I'm super excited. After I get these three out of the way, I'm going to listen to the album in full. More than likely, do I want to do it on the channel? Maybe I won't do it on the channel. Maybe I'll just finish the singles and I'll listen to the album in full. Maybe I'll do a review or something. I don't know. I haven't done like a full length review yet. Maybe that'll be my first one. I was planning on doing one for the Redman album, and I just never did for whatever reason. Like, maybe I'll revisit that. But I really did like that Redman album, and I think there's a lot to talk about, especially with the climate of last year. And last year was a fantastic album, or fantastic year for hip hop, especially for older artists too. Like, all the legends came out and dropped great projects. Rakim dropped, LL Cool J dropped, Redman dropped, Wu-Tang's dropping sometime soon, Eminem dropped, Snoop Dogg dropped, including Dre. Yeah, it was a great year for legends. So I think there's a lot to talk about there. Maybe I'll revisit it. I don't know. But for now, Reason, Soul Part 4. Super excited for this album. I love Porches.
Listen to
Thank
this.
you. Don't tell me what to do. I think on my phone, I think when I'm skipping ads on my phone, it only skips the one, because I remember they updated it and changed it. But on the computer, if you skip, it skips both of them. Peculiar.
So, please don't mistake my exposure for lack of greatness. I ain't mastered algorithms, but mastered the flow and statements. I'm my dream strip advisor, show you how far you could take it. I got shit I never put out that's better than niggas' latest. Yeah. It's warm-up shit. Yeah. Shit. I was the only TDE nigga dream so heavy I heard jokes about me signing Mr. Cole shit. I get the desire. Maybe in another life with a different cause could have flipped it and made it transpire. Wouldn't switch up
With
the
a different cause. Again, I addressed this in the last reaction I did to his last song, whatever it's called. The wordplay, like he injects the wordplay and punchlines into his music very well. That's not something artists do or rappers do. One at all, but not saying all artists. There's artists that do that, obviously, but like most rappers are not focusing on punchlines and wordplay because it's dangerous. It's dangerous when you do, like, you're putting yourself out there, like you're relying on, like, I think this is clever. You're banking on everybody else thinking this is clever, or completely like dismissing it or thinking it's corny. You know what I mean? So it is risky. So a lot of artists don't try it. So there's that, and most artists aren't good at it. You know, even if their fan base are like, oh my God, he said he rhymed official with ref with the whistle, and you know, like they're gonna eat that stuff up because they're their fans. But people who know rap and know hip hop and dictate the culture, they're gonna look at that and be like, oh, that's corny, that's trash. And you know what I mean? Like, as a lyricist, you want the attention of those fans. You want those fans to respect you, right? You don't care about the pop fans or whatever. They don't. You wouldn't be injecting punchlines and bars into your raps if you cared about what they thought, because they don't give about any of that, right? So, ooh, I'm stuttering. Why am I stuttering? Anyway, so yeah, so that's the reason why I respect Reason for doing it, because it's putting himself out there in that way. And then also it's just dope. He's good at it, so I respect him in that way too. So yeah.
So many emails years later, he know me.
Oh, and it's interesting that he's addressing the Dreamville thing. So he has seen all the comments saying you should sign to Dreamville, because people have been saying that for years. One, he would fit better, but people think that he's been treated better by the Dreamville camp, especially after the Revenge of the Dreamers, I think it was 3 sessions that he was on. It felt like he's being promoted more by Dreamville, especially with that viral clip going around with that one song where he's talking about Rob and J. Cole and stuff. You know, maybe there's some truth to that.
Wouldn't switch up the writing. Saeed, so many emails, years later he know me. All the looks from him and Cole, you would've thought them niggas owed me. How you sleep on Reeds, my arrogance fading slowly. Arrogance, any op that'll try to step to the homies. The Sam Cooke of this soul shit, how I'm never missing. Some days feel like the music and socials a separate business. The fuck shit gets you props that lead to prospers. Belts gaining the notches. Headlines is filled with the hot takes and imposters. You niggas don't need Grammys, most of you niggas need.
This beat is tough. Wait, this is like, I'd imagine Meek Mill rapping over this. For like an intro.
Some days feel like the music and socials a separate business. The fuck shit gets you props.
This that guitar.
It's any op that'll try to step to the homies. The Sam Cooke of this soul shit, how I'm never missing. Some days feel like the music and socials a separate business. The fuck shit gets you props that lead to prospers. Belts gaining the notches. Headlines is filled with the hot takes and imposters. You niggas don't need Grammys, most of you niggas need Oscars. It's heavy to way. Some days I wonder if it'll ever go back to the greats. Not passing torches off of ego be their greatest mistakes. Never mistake opportunities for a hand.
Not passing torches for the egos be the greatest mistakes. I think there's a lot there. There's a lot there. He's basically saying rappers, legends aren't passing the torch down because, you know, they want to maintain that spot. And I think there's a lot to that. I mean, we've seen, like, we had a whole generation of artists do that in the 2000s. Luckily, I didn't see a lot of that in the 90s. Didn't see in fact, it was the complete opposite. We saw a lot of the older generations reject the new generations going into the 2000s. Trying to think of that. Who's that guy that just dissed Eminem for no reason? I forgot what his name was. The old dude, right? And he was dissing Eminem, but Method Man was on the Math Alpha podcast saying, yeah, when they came out, he was dissing them too. Melly Mel. He was dissing Wu-Tang, you know, like just because he was a new generation. But luckily, going into the 2000s, we had Eminem pass the torch to 50 Cent. 50 Cent passed the torch down to whoever he passed the torch. You know what I mean? Like, well, he tried to with G-Unit and stuff like that. Like, we saw like a feeding system almost. Eminem came in with D12 and all those guys. Like, Lil Wayne passed the torch down to Drake and Nicki, obviously. Like, there was a lot of selflessness there. Kanye, everything he did with good music, 2 Chainz, Big Sean, Kid Cudi, like there's a lot of selflessness, I feel like, in the 2000s, which I really, really appreciate. And that probably was a result of nobody really having their back in the 90s. Like, now you can say Dre had Eminem's back, but like most of these rappers were this white guy. 50 Cent was rejected by everybody. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of that. And then the 90s artists, of course, like I said, there were a lot of older artists from like the 80s rejecting them. So yeah, I think there's always been that selfishness. I don't feel like Kendrick, I feel like, is now dipping his toes into putting on new artists. But like before, was he? I mean, he had Rhapsody on To Pimp a Butterfly, but for a while, you didn't see him put his arm on anybody and be like, this is my guy. This is the next up and coming guy. Baby Keem can't, it doesn't count. That's his cousin. Drake put on a lot of people. Cole put on a lot of people. It's interesting. It's something to think about. But like, they put on a lot of people, Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. But are they going to the same lengths that their predecessors did to put them on? Like, is Kendrick standing next to somebody, not Keem, standing next to somebody the same way Dre did? Is he giving somebody the same cosign the way Dre co-signed him, you know? Is Drake standing next to all these artists he's around the same way that Wayne stood by him? Like, this is the best rapper in the world, you know, like this is the next, and help their career come all the way up. Something to think about. But yeah, carry on.
Most of you niggas need Oscars. It's heavy that way.
I like that line.
I wonder if it'll ever go back to the greats. Not passing torches off of ego be their greatest mistakes. Never mistake opportunities for a handout. I thought shit was love, look how it panned out. Touring pickup trucks, Cooper Cup, we took the Ram route. Hard to sit in shadows when I knew I was a standout. I was in garages cooking up before
the beat switch.
Bloody knuckles, put it all at risk like fucking handout. Career sitting still, nigga. I've been trying to stand out. Got fans from St. Louis to LA. That's a ram route. Swear I'm done dying for this shit. I'm so tired of being martyred off too much food on my plate. I watched it fall apart. Life in every track, put every atom in the bars like as long as y'all. Truth and honesty, that's been my calling card. Loyalty, my calling card. Even when some niggas hate it, homie need a loan. I'm passing bills like it's legislation. Show my city you ain't never limited, like fuck a limitation. I done followed all the ghosts to get to greatness. Fuck patience, like shit.
I love his inflections in his voice. It really brings a lot of character to his music. It adds to the emotions he's trying to bring to bring his lyrics to life. It does a lot for the performance.
I mean, I had drive, I broke free to get the engine running. Love
like just like that, it's subtle, but
still my brothers, my spirit imperfect. I'm still healing from it. So, nigga.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. I think I have the same, not even criticisms. These are like desires going forward because it's dope. It's not much you can say about it outside of that was really good. But I think what would bring him to the next level is when I start hearing flows that I'm not used to hearing. Flows that sound new, that are unique to this song, and they're just a little bit more creative. But I like everything else. I love the inflections in his voice. I love the punchlines. I love the passion he puts in his music, the lyrics, the introspection. Like I love everything else. It's once he starts doing that, and like he's kind of relatively still new. He's a newer artist. Yeah, I think if he starts doing that and gets a little bit more creative with the schemes and flows, I think he's gonna go from being dope to dangerous real fucking fast. Like, and that's not me saying like he isn't very good now or something like that. No, like I said, he's dope. Cole took a while to get to a point where I thought he was like an elite level lyricist. Like he has years to get to this point. But if anything, what I'm saying is a compliment. 'Cause what I'm saying is checked off all the other boxes, in my opinion. So yeah, not Cole. Reason, super dope. Soul Part 4. On to the next one.